Good afternoon, everyone. John Russell, along with my partner today, Jeff Burrell. Great to have you on. And my old partner, Cal Van Single, he was deemed too ugly to be on television, so we got a stuntman in for him.
Well, I don't think it's much of an improvement, but I'll take that as a compliment.
No.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it looks like a great day, but you're probably hearing the wind behind. What would a baseball game be without a gale blowing in, right? That's it. I think we had a softball game like that and now a baseball game. And we have our attractive CatchMark winter gear on, our snowsuits, so we're here. It is baseball season, trust us, folks. And we got a dandy here in the Lakes division. The two rivals, Whitehall Vikings, come in at 6-3 overall. They've only one loss in the conference, and then you have Montague. They are 7-6 overall, 3-1 in the conference, just a little bit behind Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge is interesting record. They have a 4-3 overall record, but they picked the right games to win. Jeff, they won their conference game, so they have the first place lead in the Lakes division.
Yeah, that's definitely where you want to make sure you win. I mean, you want to win them all if you can, but the conference being at the top, looking down at everybody else, is always nice.
Let's kind of let you in on what's happening with the games, with the season as it's went. Whitehall is on a 4-game winning streak. They started out 2 wins in a row against Mason County, then they lost 3 in a row. Had that middle part of their schedule where it was a little rough for them, and then they got back on their 4-game winning streak. They've outscored their opponents 30-10. And it's kind of interesting, as I was doing my little homework here, Montague has been they're on a 3-game winning streak. They opened with 2 losses. Of course, they played very tough teams as well, Mona Shores and Fruitport, some bigger schools there.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Then they got going again, and they're averaging 23 runs and giving up 5. So both of these teams kind of in the ballpark in terms of some pretty equal stats.
Yeah, there's a lot of offense here on both of these teams. We'll see if the wind factors in, the cold. I know the bat stings real good when it's nice and cold like this, but the players don't care. I'm sure they're happy to be out here, and I'm looking forward to it myself.
Talk to us a little bit. I mean, you're from this area here. You have a connection with both teams. You're a Montague grad.
Yeah.
And you ran into the same problems I have after calling games for so many years. I mean, now all of a sudden, I'm calling, kids of people that I've called. And my wife always tells me, she says, you don't have to really worry until you start calling their grandkids. Then you've been at it a little bit too long. And you were telling me that you kind of ran into the same thing as you're looking over the rosters of the familiar names, but only the kind of the dads that you used to hang around with, huh? Yeah,
for sure. I'm trying to do my homework and be as prepared as possible, and I'm going down the Montague roster, and I graduated in '94, and I see Peterson and Moore and Johnson. I'm like, yep, went to school with all their dads, and the Whitehall side, familiar with the Zweigels through working at CatchMark, and even some of the guys on that roster as well. Just recognize some of the names from going to school with their dads, and I think I know all the coaches on both sides. So, yeah, definitely kind of like a homecoming in a way, seeing this. And Montague's still sporting the baby blue jerseys. That made me happy to see.
Yeah. And you've been kind of a part of this rivalry now, obviously looking at it from afar a little bit here. And one thing I always like to talk about is this Whitehall and Montague rivalry. We know it is a real thing. Obviously, you got just across the bridge from one another. But I mean, everything gets a little bit more anticipation, a little bit more sense of urgency, I guess, in these type of games, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I think it's very similar now, but when we played, you knew all the Whitehall guys. You'd been playing against them in Little League. We didn't really have much of travel ball when I was around, but so it meant a little bit more every time because you knew you had 2 shots, and we didn't play doubleheaders at the time. We'd play 1-on-1s, and the last thing you wanted to do when you're on Montague's side, I'm sure it's same for Whitehall, is lose those games and have to hear about it from all those guys until next year. So
exactly that. Hey, we want to thank our sponsors here. Didn't have too good a record of reading them last game. It was pretty windy. It still is here, but so far so good. We battened down the hatches a little bit. Maybe I'll have a little bit more luck with this. We want to thank our sponsors, North Grove Brewers, right in downtown Montague. You got Van Dyke Mortgage, Foundation Systems of Michigan. Actually have a buddy of mine. He's got a cabin up north, and they're looking at some foundation work, and called those folks and said they're getting a quote and really impressed with their work. So I actually got a little testimonial here. Durga Insurance Group, Green Ridge Realty, Chris Dykema and Sarah Reel. Also Big Stone Therapies, Grieve Law, Scheid Heating, Cooling and Plumbing, and our good friend Dave Dusenberry, Coldwell Banker. So we want to thank those folks, because without that we wouldn't be able to be out here in the wind. So we do appreciate that.
Yeah, they're a big help.
They are.
It takes a lot to make this happen.
Yes.
We really enjoy at CatchMark providing all these services, and on days like this where there's probably some parents, grandparents that would love to be out here but don't want to sit in the cold weather. So giving them an opportunity to see it from home or wherever they may be is something we really take pride in.
You know, CatchMark has been around for a while. I know you're a part of that, of the infrastructure there. But the sports end of things is fairly new and still growing and still learning as we go here a little bit. I know I ran into them when I was through radio, and then also I was doing some other internet stuff, and we kind of combined forces here, and they were kind enough to put me on board once in a while, Cal and I. We do appreciate that. I really think that this is something we're on the ground floor that's really going to be exciting. I mean, like you said, we're kind of spreading our wings here a little bit more, and it's very costly to do this. And boy, kudos to all the folks at CatchMark for that, and our sponsors for making this all possible. But I mean, this is really something special that I knew from day one is going to be fun to be a part of.
Yeah, we think it's kind of the next level of being able to bring these games to people. I mean, technology, the internet, being able to follow along on the games, whether it's through apps like Game Changer or even texting back and forth. That's a big step, but being able to have a crew to set up, I mean, it takes a couple hours to get things set up, but Scott and Billy got the camera set up here, and being able to bring actual live video. We really want to do more of this. The tricky part is it takes a whole lot of people to make it happen, and the resources and just all of the, not just people, but the cameras and the technology equipment. There's a lot to it. The sponsors are a huge part of that.
Oh yeah.
Can't say enough for all of them that have came on board so far. It's interesting because we'll do something like this, and then somebody has an idea. We're like, well, you know what we should do next? For sure. I might have begged. So yeah, it should be fun.
It really is. Let's talk a little bit about the game here, and your kind of knowledge of both of them. We were kind of that's the other thing, is we're really focusing right now on kind of the West Michigan Conference, and it's kind of a crawl before you walk, see where that all goes, and just try to get that in. It was a kind of a natural fit for us, whether you have two of the teams in CatchMark's own backyard here, and then with the growth of the conference, it seemed to be a natural to kind of grow with that and add that piece to it, and that's come along great. And we do thank the viewers for that as well, and the sponsors in that. But talk to us about these teams here a little bit. Maybe the Montague Wildcats. I know one of the names that comes up a lot is the coach's son, Nick Moss, their leading hitter.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed in talking, I talked a little bit yesterday in our studio at CatchMark. Cade Johnson stopped in, another one of the seniors, and I talked to him a little bit about this matchup, and he said he feels pretty confident. He definitely feels the pressure to win against Whitehall, wants to do that, but he mentioned how they're a pretty young team, and often that could lead to more mistakes, but he thinks that they got a pretty good chance here in both games today, and just wants to see how they can stack up against the rivals.
Yeah, they get Nick hitting 747. 774, I'm sorry, 747. I guess I'm going to take a flight out of here.
Right.
474, 11 RBIs, and you have Kay Johnson, aforementioned Kay Johnson, hitting 415, 20 RBIs, and then Chase Gowell, and you know the name Gowell up in Shelby and all along the coastline here. He's hitting 341. Pitching-wise, Kay Johnson, remember we watched him last year when they made their tournament run. Very impressive. He's 37 strikeouts on the season. He's got a 3.04 ERA, 2 wins, 1 loss, and then they bring in Brighton Bellinger rather.
Yep.
He's 1-1 on the season, 18 Ks, 4.42 ERA, and then Isaac Jarka, he's 3.00 ERA, 11 Ks, and 1-1. So the pitching staff is what anchored. I would say their ace. If you had an ace, if you called him, that would obviously be probably Kay Johnson, right?
Yeah, I would think so. He's pitching the first game here, so we'll get to see him right away. And a couple seniors leading that pitching staff, and there's a couple, some freshmen, sophomores getting some innings as well as mentioned. So.
And then on the Whitehall side of things, you have Jack McDowell hitting 500, Isaac Van Amberg hitting 467, and Jaden Brinkert at 417. Then you have Maddox Valera. He's hitting 400. Their pitching is held down by Tyron Hardy, 1.91 ERA, 5 Ks on the season. You have Ryan Christensen, 2.00 ERA. He's 1-0 on the season, and Van Amberg 1-0, 2.80 on the season. So it looks like they've got a pretty well-rounded pitching staff. I remember talking to Coach Zygo before the season started, and he says he says we feel pretty good about our pitching. He says we're hoping that our speed will translate into some runs. That seemed to be kind of the common denominator when I was doing the preseason preview of all of the teams, with the exception of maybe a couple. Everybody was talking about, boy, we're going to have to use our team speed to manufacture some runs here. So we'll see how this season kind of plays out.
I look forward to seeing that. That was one thing when I played. Coach Michelson, he was a very smart coach.
Mm-hmm.
Always paying attention to the small details and using our speed and manufacturing runs. And there were a lot of times where guys would be bunting in situations that, man, I just want to swing away here. But in the long run, it made a lot of sense in those tight games. And we'll see what can happen today with their speed.
All right, looks like we're having our meeting at home plate. Again, didn't want to short change Bill Mann, our producer extraordinaire. I believe he's working all the cameras here today through the switcher. So a man of many talents is Billy. So
he is good guy.
Yeah, he is out there, and of course we got Scott DeCamp, the man that never sleeps. I can text him at 3 o'clock in the morning and get an answer. It's amazing.
Yep.
First of all, why am I up at 3 o'clock in the morning? But
I was going to say, I know that Scott doesn't sleep, but if you're up there or I'm up, that's another thing.
Yeah. What do they say? Nothing good ever happens at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Except you could probably get a hold of Scott at 3 o'clock in the morning, so that's a good thing.
He was texting me this morning at maybe 6:30, and I was up getting ready to start my day, but tell me dress warm.
Yeah.
Bring your stocking cap. But
he was more optimistic than I was that this game was going to get in, because you showed me the picture in Grand Haven area of the snow on the ground, and it was snowing in Muskegon where I'm from, and I said, I don't know if this is going to work. He says, I think it's going to clear up, and it really kind of has, but he said it's the same thing, dress warm. So
yeah. Honestly, if the wind wasn't blowing,
right,
it's a beautiful day, sun shining. I mean, it's not super warm, but man, that wind is a little brutal, but we'll be all right.
What we're going to do is bring you the first game, as is what we do here at CatchMark, and looking forward to that. They're going to play a double header, but we will be here for the first one as the Whitehall Vikings come out onto the field here. Starting pitching for the Whitehall Vikings this afternoon. Looks like we got Kyle Stratton was supposed to be on the mound. Might have heard that name through various sports. He's just one of those kids that is is good at just about everything he does. If he was on the chess team, you would think that he would win a few, right? Kyle Stratton warming up on the mound. And leading off for Montague will be Chase Gall. He'll be followed by Bellinger, Moss, Johnson, Moore, Peterson, Jarka. That'll be, I believe that's going to be, there's 2 Jarkas. I think that's going to be, now I'm going to got myself painted in a corner here.
That's Isaac.
Yes, Isaac Jarka. And then River Jarka will also play in bat and right field. So we'll have a couple of Jarkas out there and a
couple of
Petersons, yeah. So the family reunion is on. I'm John Russell along with Jeff Burrell. Billy Mann is here, Scott DeCamp. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Looking forward to a fun afternoon of baseball here from Whitehall High School. You said got the blue sky and got everything that the wind would die down and warm up about 20 degrees. I can't have everything though. At least it's not rain, right?
That is true.
All right, looks like we're getting set. As we said, stepping in will be Chase Gall. Veteran senior here, multi-sport athlete. He left-hander, he steps in. And the first pitch of the game from Stratton. Delivers, a little outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Stratton getting the sign from his catcher. And it's going to be
a little high again.
Yeah, 2 balls, no strikes.
Got to get settled down a little bit, trying to overthrow, come out.
And there's going to be a foul out behind, and listen for the crash. Everybody tries to figure out, okay, where did I park? Okay, look out. Landon Howe doing the catching here for the Whitehall Vikings. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stratton kicks, gonna bounce one up there. We're even at 2-2. Just underway here at Whitehall High School.
3-1, John.
3-1. Yep. Sorry about that. Probably could use a scoreboard. There's going to be a strike there. Now it's 3-2.
Yeah, that real close to where the first couple were.
Stratton kicks and pitches. It's going to be a little bit high, and Gall draws a walk. So 1 man on for Montague, and up comes Bellinger, Brighton Bellinger. Gonna be a right-handed. See what Coach Moss does with Chase over at first base. Chase gets his lead.
Bellinger, one of those young players, is a sophomore.
Stratton keeping an eye. Getting the lead was Gall, and a fire down to first and back in time. Landon Howe not afraid to whip the ball down there. 1 ball, no strikes.
Real good lead. Got a good secondary lead there too. I'm drawing that throw down right away.
Stratton showing bunt is Bellinger. It's going to be in the air. Landed Howe. Drops it. Had it, and it popped right out of his glove. Got what they wanted.
Yep.
So it's going to be 1-1.
Second life here for Bellinger now.
Yeah, you hate to see if he makes them pay for it.
Bunting is such a fine art.
Yeah. Sets and pitches. And that's going to be behind him. And they're going to second is
steal.
Chase. Yeah, Chase Gall, and he is out
they got
at
him.
second. Landon Howe fires down there, and he is caught stealing. And they wipe him off the board, so 1 out. Great throw there by Howe, huh?
Yeah, it was right on the money. Almost looked like Gall either got a slow start or it was a delayed steal. He didn't go right away.
Stratton. Now Bellinger down
wow,
the line.
Nice hit to left.
And Bellinger's going to make the turn there. Thought maybe the third baseman over there, Jaden Brinkert, might be stretching out there to get it, but it whizzed right past him. And now we got Bellinger on first base, 1 out. Goes to show you how big that throw out was by Howe.
Yes. Keep those runners at a minimum if you want to win the game. That was really hard hit too.
Nick Moss, the leading hitter for Montague up, and you'd want to have on this time. It's going to be again low down in the dirt. Nice stop there by Landon. 1 ball, no strikes, no score, just underway. Bellinger on first. We had Gall walk. He was thrown out trying to snatch second base by a nice throw there by Landon Howe. And now we have Bellinger leading off first. Stratton keeping an eye on him. And a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Howe made up with that throw for the drop foul ball.
Yeah.
Let one go and got it back for his team.
There it is. Bellinger now getting his lead. Secondary, right down the
Nice
middle.
pitch, yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike. Stratton just a junior. Going to have a few Whitehall records by the time his career is over in various sports.
I believe so.
And that's going to be a bit inside, makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Nick Moss.
Good eye there. That was.
Yeah.
Those high ones are real hard to lay off of.
Bellinger inching off first base. Stratton keeping an eye on him. Right down the middle where got a full count. Moss was trying to sneak off to first base.
Yeah. It's hard to lay off those pitches that are that close.
Right. On deck, Cade Johnson. Full count. Stratton delivers. There's a drive up center field, and it is going to be caught. Nice catch there by the center fielder. That is Hardy.
Taryn
Hardy. Boy, hit it on the line.
Yeah, a couple steps to his left, and Hardy got under it.
So still have Bellinger at first. And now Cade Johnson, pitcher, will step in. 2 out, 1 man on. No score. Stratton delivers, and he hits it, and he's got a base hit out in the left field. It gets behind.
Recovered it, though.
Yep. It's behind the fielder, so it's going to be all the Bellinger can do is move up to second base.
Looked like a little hanging curveball or something off speed there. And
right.
Stayed on, kept his hips in there, and took it out to left field.
It was Ryan Goodrich out there having a little bit of trouble, but to Ryan's credit, was able to keep it in the area code where he can keep Bellinger at second. So now Montague, a little threat going on here. You got Johnson at first, Bellinger at second, and Mike Moore batting now. Going to be a little bit low. 1 ball, no strike. I'll tell you what, Montague has been able to put balls into play against Stratton. It's not like he's blowing it past him.
No, he's not. He's working all around the strike zone, and from where we are, some of them look real close either way.
Going to be down low.
Yeah.
Low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
That pitch right there, for example, I don't, from this angle, it didn't look like it missed by much. And
yeah,
that's where you want to be as a pitcher, like right on those corners, right at the knees.
Location. And there's a foul ball. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike on Moore. Wildcats have men on first and second, Bellinger and Johnson, both by route of a single. That's going to be a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. So
Rolling inside.
Montague's put together a couple of hits and a walk here, and a fly out and a throw out. Stratton delivers. Oh, got a piece of it. Fouls it back. Boy, all things considered for Stratton right now, he gets out of the start and he runs.
Yeah,
he's got to count himself a little bit lucky, huh?
For sure. Probably not what he wanted this first inning,
right.
But if he can get this one here and get out with no runs.
There's a ground ball to third base. It is picked there, and nice throw from, that's going to be Jaden Brinkert. Fires it over to first base to Brock Morningstar, and that will end the inning. So the Montague Wildcats threaten, but do not score, and we'll see what the Whitehall Vikings can do in their half of the first inning. Well, it wasn't like we said, it wasn't necessarily that Stratton was really fooling anybody. They were able to get the bat on the ball, but sometimes it's not so bad. At least hit it at him and get some outs out there, right?
Yeah, it's very important to have a good defense behind your pitcher, and for the most part, Whitehall did good there and made some plays, held Montague from any scores, and move on to the bottom of the first.
I want to remind one of our sponsors is North Grove Brewers, located in that beautiful downtown Montague. North Grove Brewers is a hidden gem in West Michigan craft beer scene. Offer a broad rotating selection of beer cocktails you won't find anywhere else. Clubhouse offers fun, great environment, tacos, snacks, sandwiches, all kinds of neat stuff. Live music, trivia. Located at 8735 Water Street, Montague. And been a great place, and we've been over there a few times as well. So if it's happening over at North Grove Brewers.
I'm going to put a little plug in here. They're actually doing a fundraiser for the Montague football program the 13th of May at North Grove with a cornhole tournament.
All right.
So if you're interested in supporting the Montague football program, head out there for that. CatchMark SportsNet is we are providing a set of Montague Wildcat cornhole boards for that event that are going to be given away to somebody in attendance to help the program out. So details online for that.
All right. Are you the cornhole player extraordinaire? Or
not so much a player. I'm more of an event organizer.
Ah, okay.
Trying to dial it back a little bit. It's become a second full-time job, but I do enjoy it.
Cade Johnson fires it. Leading off is Kyle Stratton, his opposite number out there, and swing and a miss. Cade can bring the heat. 37 strikeouts, I believe he's got in the season. And now Kyle rips one to right field, and that is going to be a fair ball. Down in the corner and being held to a single. As great recovery over there by right fielder for, that would be Jarka, River Jarka.
Yeah, just inside the fair line, foul line.
So Whitehall gets the first man on. Isaac Van Amberg hitting 467 on the season. Right down the middle, called strike. Yeah, when Cade Johnson is on, I've seen him pitch before. He can get it done for sure. Was an integral part in the nice run that Montague had last year. Here's the throw over to first. Gets Stratton back.
He's got his fellow senior Nick Moss behind the plate.
Yeah.
A couple of seniors leading the way there.
For a few years, it was Tug was back there. Old Tug Nichols. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good cut.
So Johnson ahead in the count here.
Moore, Gowell, and Jarka making up the outfield for the Wildcats.
And there's a ground ball over to third base. Slow roller. And he fires it over to first and picks it off. That's Eli Peterson. Yep.
Peterson to Peterson.
There you go. Playing catch in the backyard. Does get Stratton to fielder's choice, so gets Stratton to second base in scoring position. And that's going to bring up Ryan Christensen. Nick Moss going out to have a word with his pitcher.
Eli Peterson playing third. Owen Peterson at first. Bellinger at short and Francis at second.
Johnson taking his time, looking Stratton back to second base. Fires, swing and a miss. No score. Bottom of the first. Man on second. That Stratton got on a base hit. Took second on a fielder's choice. And now it's up to Ryan Christensen, the three-hitter. Landon Howe on deck. Swing and a miss.
Oh, got him to chase one up high.
Yeah, the high one.
Like I said earlier, those are tough to lay off.
Right.
I know I always struggle with them.
No balls and 2 strikes. Well, let's see if Kate goes right after him, or does he mess around the corners a little bit here? A little up high.
Try to get him a chase. My problem with the high pitches started in Little League. My dad coached, and I'd swing at him up at my eyes, and I'd look over at the dugout, and he'd be running his hand across the front of his face like, it's at your eyes, Jeff. I know, Dad. And if the next one is, I'll swing at that one too. There he goes.
That's Stratton going to third.
Strike him out.
3, and he throws down to third, and Stratton does get in there with a stolen base. So almost to strike him out, throw him out, but not quite. So Christensen strikes out. So now you got 2 outs. Man on third is Stratton, and that's going to leave Landon Howe at the plate with the lead run 90 feet away.
There's that speed.
Oh, man.
I mean, that stealing third is not easy, and that was a good pitch, and still got there.
Got the outside corner. Strike 1.
It's a good throw by Moss too.
It was.
Stratton was quick.
A little bit outside. Even as the count is even at 1. 1-1. 2 outs, man on third, Stratton. Got on a base hit, moved to second on a fielder's choice, and then stole third. Trying to work his way around. Talked about manufacturing runs. That would be one way of doing it.
Yep.
Go up high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, the biggest thing, getting your leadoff guy on. If you can get that guy on, I don't remember the number, but Coach Michelson, when I played, always told us, and it was unbelievable.
High pop-up, chasing it is, it's going to go out of bounds.
It was crazy, the amount of times and what that percentage was that leadoff man getting on base that he would score. Much like this situation, right? You get a fielder's choice, you steal a base, and, there's 2 outs, but a base hit's going to get you a run right here.
Yeah. And there was a stat like that for walking a man. It was one thing if they hit their way on, but if you walked him, that walk always came home to score usually.
Yes, it did.
And there's a liner at second base, and it's going to be safe at first, and that's going to get the run in. Yeah, it's a ground ball over to, who was over there? That's Van Amberg at second. Had a little tough time with it, but it's going to score Stratton.
Yeah, it was hit. He kind of reached down and hit off the end of the bat, a soft grounder, and Francis there at second just kind of bobbled a little bit, and that's all it. That's all it took, and brought Stratton in.
So 1-0 now. Whitehall on top. Fire back over to first and gets back on time. Up to bat is Jaden Brinkert, third baseman. Jaden hitting .417. Ooh, a little bit high and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. 1-0. The Vikings on top. Bottom of the first. Getting the lead now is Howe. Inside, 3-1. Plate moving around a little bit on Kay Johnson.
2-0. 2-0, John.
Oh, 2-0?
Yeah.
Guess I should look at the screen.
Boy, he's drawing a lot of attention over there. Need my gloves, Billy?
I know.
3 is first base, 4 is.
And a swing and a miss.
You got to get those cameras right, Billy, because I guarantee the wind in these microphones is driving people crazy enough.
Yeah, 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's not my breathing, okay? It's the wind. Well, maybe a little both.
Strike 2 evens the count up, so Kay Johnson fighting his way back here. Was down in the count. And on first is Howe, and now Moss wants to have a word with Johnson.
Way to battle back for Johnson there.
Oh, yeah.
That run goes in, and first run of the game, and then ball, and you got a guy on first who's keeping your attention over there, holding him close, and came back with 2 great pitches. Let's see what this one brings.
2-2's the count. Here comes Johnson, fires and swings and misses. Does Brinkert, strikes him out. Second strikeout of the inning for Johnson. So after 1 inning, it is the Whitehall Vikings leading by the score of 1-0 here. Stratton worked his way around the base. We talked about that. Coach Weigel saying that we're going to have to manufacture runs this year, and that's a perfect example of that. Get a base hit, steal a base, and, well, actually fielder's choice, and then steal the base, and then ride home on a, I don't know if you call that a hit or an error. That was kind of close. It'd probably give him going to be the.
I scored it an error myself.
Yeah.
I'm also a pretty tough critique, but
right.
You know, off the end of the bat, wasn't hit real hard, but
yeah, I kind of thought the same thing too.
But he did have a little time getting at it. So
1 base here. I'm going to change that.
Peterson, Jarka, and Peterson.
Sounds like a law firm.
Yeah. Jarka DHing today for Francis, second baseman.
This will be Eli Peterson,
freshman.
Well, let's see if Montague can get that run back. They trail 1-0. Here's top of the second. John Russell working with Jeff Burrell. Great to have Jeff on board today.
Happy to be here. Having a good time.
Yeah. Bill Mann working the switches. Moving all the cameras around there.
Scott DeCamp working the crowd.
Yeah.
Somewhere. I think he's still here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there he is over in the Wild Duck.
Yeah.
He's in the car warming up. But
yeah.
I think he's immune to the cold weather after all the games he's been at.
Man.
All these years.
Yeah, at least usually we got the press boxes. I always felt sorry for the writers and the camera guys. They were out in the elements all the time. 1 ball, no strikes. And fouled it away does Peterson. We're even at 1-1. Eli Peterson. It is a cool wind, isn't it, Bill? It blows a cold wind. Well, at least the dust isn't coming at us today. Ooh, got the
Good
corner.
pitch. Yeah, it did.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Eli started after that one and held up, and it just held into the strike zone. There's actually a pretty good crowd here.
Yeah.
I mean, for as cold as it is, it's
right.
Good to see.
Ooh, staying alive was Eli. Just got a piece of it.
Looked like the same pitch, a little more outside, but protecting the plate with 2 strikes. Can't watch that one go by again.
Right. On deck is Isaac Jarka. Little inside. It's going to even the count at 2-2.
Nice job by Stratton, working that strike zone outside, inside, keeping that batter's eyes moving around.
Delivers, swing and a miss, goes after the high one again. Yeah, he's
so hard to lay off this.
I know, gets it right up around the eyes, and it looks so good coming in there.
Yep.
So good until you're looking at it in the catcher's mitt.
Yeah, because it's so hard to hit them. Like
yeah.
Like I said, I couldn't control myself. I'd swing all the time, but it's so hard to make contact because it's up high, and you got to get your hands and arms out and up. And
Jarka knocks one to second base, fires it over to first, and one up and one down. It's going to be Van Amberg over there, getting it over to number 3 or number 10. It's Brock Morningstar. So 2 up and 2 down here. Stratton trying to make short work of the Montague Wildcats. And this will be Owen Peterson. Owen Peterson really battled through and knew him a lot through the football season. Had state championship, and him and Jarka both had great. They came up as young guys and had a lot of success early. But Peterson battled the ground ball to second, and this is going to go. Well, actually staying right with it was Van Amberg. Way to go for that, and that's going to be another 4-3 out. Finish my story there was that Peterson just could not stay healthy. He battled through some injuries. A really promising, football career. Great receiver, but boy, just couldn't stay on the football field, and that's awful tough.
It is, and you try so hard as a student athlete to do the right things, and injuries happen, and
right.
It won't happen to me twice, or I won't have another issue with something different. But
sure.
Some people just the way it goes.
Yeah. Another one of our fine sponsors, Van Dyke Mortgage. Commitment to finding the right home loan for you is second to none. Our experienced licensed team's ready to work with you to ensure a smooth and timely loan process from application to closing. Try some of their useful site tools, from frequently asked questions to their online mortgage calculator. Look forward to working with you. They're located in Muskegon, 460 West Western Avenue, and check them out. Mario and the gang over there at Van Dyke Mortgage. Been one of our core sponsors, so great to have them along.
Yeah, Mario and his team, great people. Van Dyke does so much for the community, and got to know Mario and his team through a lot of the stuff we do at CatchMark. We helped him out with some websites and the Ironman, and yeah, great guy, cares so much about everybody, and guys that work for him and gals are great as well.
It's going to be Noah Meinert and Noah Meinert, and then you're going to have Brock Morningstar and then Ryan Goodrich. Noah is the designated hitter, left-hander. And Johnson kicks and delivers a strike. One strike. Here as we start get to the bottom of the second. 1-0. Montague on top. Swing and a miss.
Noah's one of those guys who I read the names, and I know his dad very well. Played baseball with him for many years.
And there's a ground ball to short. Oh, gets off the glove there, and that will be an error.
Yes.
So Meinert gets on first there. As Bellinger could not quite come up with it. So we'll see what Noah does at first base. Going to have Brock Morningstar, first baseman, right-hander. Shows the bunt, pulls it back, ball high. Sunny but cool, or maybe downright cold. Cool might be a nice way of putting it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Johnson, nice bunt there out front by Morningstar. One play only, and that's first. They get him. Nice,
Peterson to Peterson.
Yeah.
That was a good play there. That died right in front of home plate. Good job coming in by Eli there and making that play.
So that's going to move Meinert to second on the fielder's choice then. And now stepping in will be Ryan Goodrich, left fielder. There's a pitch. That's going to go out of play. I know they usually have rules if pitchers can blow on their hands on cold days, but how about announcers? Is there any? I don't think there's any rule.
I got one extra glove here. I got one glove on, one glove off.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, a little outside. Boy, didn't miss by much. 1 ball, 1 strike on Goodrich. Man on second, 1 man down. Whitehall trying to add to their lead, leading 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Phone says it's 47.
Man.
Again, I'm not sure what that wind chill is, but it's not 47. I promise you that.
I know. It's got to be 30s.
Oh, good eye.
Yeah, it was. We're all even at 2-2. Trying to get a bit of a lead out there at second base as Noah Meinert got on the air. Johnson looks back, fires, ground ball. This comes over to Bellinger. Bellinger has it this time, fires it across the diamond to Peterson and gets him out 6-3. So 2 outs. That's going to hold Meinert at second. Heads up play there by Bellinger.
Yeah, good throw too. Wasn't hit super hard, off speed pitch. Infield's playing pretty slow from what I've seen so far, but he made a good throw over there, and Owen Peterson with the grab.
Jack McDowell now up to the plate, right-hander, pops it away, foul ball. Jack, a multi-sport athlete. But I tell you what, man, kudos to those guys that don't specialize in 1 or 2 sports, right? I mean, it's kind of back to the old days. Play everything you can, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who agree with it. There's a lot of people who don't agree with it.
Right.
You know, if you're going to be a baseball player, be a baseball player. Well,
Yeah.
Some people are saying that play every sport you can, get all the experience, and any exercise is good for you, obviously.
Right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, you wonder what that balance is now with travel ball and all that stuff.
It's
kind of a fine line, isn't it?
It is.
Going to be up in the air. Let's see if the wind's going to play havoc with it over to the right side. And boy, staying right with it there was the second baseman for them. That's Francis, Kellen Francis. Good on him to be able to fight his way through the wind there.
Yeah, not an easy play.
So
wind and the sun.
Right.
I think I was right up in the sun too.
So no runs, just got 1 error, and after 2 now, it is still 1-0. The Whitehall Vikings on top of the Montague Wildcats.
Back to the comment about the travel ball and the multi-sport athletes. I think if your kid wants to play that much, let them play. I'm definitely in favor of multiple sports, getting that experience. I see a lot of friends posting things on Facebook about, we were here for baseball in the morning and we were here for basketball in the afternoon, and then my daughter was here for volleyball, and you know, I think it's good for the kids to get that experience, to get out of the house, get away from technology, and learn about being on a team and what that's like, because that's what the real world brings for most people, is working with a team and navigating that.
That is a challenge now. It's something that didn't have, I'm a bit older than you, but I think we both kind of had the similar thing where you didn't have all the social media and all that type of stuff to deal with. And I mean, you just went outside and played.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Yeah, for sure.
Stratton Right down the middle, strike on him. This is going to be Jarka. This will be River Jarka up to the plate. Number 9 hitter.
I was talking with Scott Monday morning in the office about how the travel ball stuff is so different. When we were in school, like, I loved baseball, but we didn't have anything like that. I mean, once I was in high school in the summer, we played some Connie Mac, which were basically high school teams unofficially, but it was maybe 8-10 games.
Yeah.
Kind of a, not super serious, but got some swings.
Ground ball to short. And it gets behind the shortstop there. And that's
Christensen.
Christian. That can be a error. So, Jarka on first base. Yeah, you get that. You were pretty much done with your baseball season by, I don't know, 4th of July, somewhere in there. So you still had a little bit of summer left to do what you wanted to do. Now we're up at the top of the order. Chase Gowell, he walked, thrown out at second, and a nice throw by Landon Howe. Ball low. Getting his lead is River Jarkov for first. Stratton going to have to keep an eye on him. Looks like he's itching to go. Top of the third, 1-0. Whitehall on top. This is Chase Gowell, senior. The plate, lefty. Stratton.
There he
Fires,
goes.
there he goes. It's going to be a bunt foul. That'll even the count at 1-1. I don't know if, I was wondering if Jarka is injured. He was slow getting up and checking to see if he's got all his teeth, I guess.
Yeah, I wasn't looking to see what happened.
I wasn't either. Yeah, went in there head first, I guess.
He's got looks like he wears the oven mitt, as they call it, on his left hand there.
Yeah.
For sliding, which I have some real good stories about how terrible of I was at sliding. I guess he's all right, staying in there.
Yeah.
So
I was fortunate. I was a decent hitter. I was unfortunate that even when I was in shape, I had no speed. They tied me with a sundial. I had to hit the ball far.
I had speed in high school. Now, anybody who sees me now is like, yeah, okay, Jeff. Sure you did. Speed to the refrigerator, but
right. Throw over to first.
Yeah, I struggled with those diving into bases and broke a couple fingers. Not fun.
I was a catcher, so I know a little bit about messed up fingers.
Yeah, as was I.
Will you?
Yeah.
You're a special breed. Most of them are managers, they're very intelligent.
They are, yeah.
That is an intelligent position.
Oh.
Then they become announcers, too.
Right. Yeah.
Another foul.
Tried to get that bunt down.
Right.
High pitch.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stratton ahead of Gowell here. Jarka on first, got on the air.
Gowell's like, all right, I fouled. 2 bunts went foul, now I get to swing away.
Right. Don't think he's going to
Sorry, Coach, I'll do better next time.
Yeah. Pops it up. Let's see what the wind does with that.
I think that one's got the distance.
Center field coming away with it. Catching it is their center fielder. Hardy, thank you.
Yeah.
And so that's going to keep Jarka at first base. Bring up Bellinger. Brighton Bellinger had a base hit his first time up. Listen to that wind. Hope our tent stays up.
Right. There he goes.
He's
Off
going
speed pitch.
And he should be in there.
Yeah.
He does. Got a great jump.
Yeah, he
but
did.
on an off speed pitch, like you said.
Right. Good call by Coach Moss there.
Right. So Jarka gets a stolen base. Runner in scoring position now. And now Bellinger will go over and talk to Coach Moss while Landon Howe has a word with his pitcher.
All the Montague guys wearing the quarterback wristbands on their belts. That's something new since I played.
One ball, no strike.
Guess it makes it a little bit easier to not get your signs stolen from the opposing team. Less confusion too.
Right. Strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Man on second is Jarka. Got on an error. Stole second. Stratton getting the signal from Howe. And there's one in the air. Looks like it's heading out to center again.
Good play by Hardy.
Yeah, Hardy's been busy out there. Another fly to him.
Yeah, they're hitting it right at him and pretty shallow. I think the wind plays in a little bit there and just not able to get that runner to advance.
So now Jarka still at second base, and you have Moss, their leading hitter, up. He flew out his first time up. Wants time. Stratton taking a little too long. No pitch clock here.
Yeah.
Jarka breaking and just going halfway. Strike call. .311 down the left field line, .309 down the right field line, and straight away is, well, not necessarily straight away, it's then the power alley's .345. Straight away would be .356, right?
Yeah. Good cut.
Ooh, error to Coach Moss over there.
You touch on that pitch clock. That's really changing
Major
League Baseball. I think in a good way.
I do too. You know, and I'm a traditionalist. I didn't know about all these changes of the game. I thought, man, you're going to change it. But I'll tell you what, I guess I don't mind watching a 2-hour baseball game or 2.5-hour baseball game anymore.
I'm curious, being in person, if it would bother me though. Yeah. I mean, it does feel like a lot of waiting around, but like if I'm going to make a trip over to Detroit or down to Chicago to watch a game, and then it's like a 2-hour and 5-minute game.
Right.
I don't know, but watching it from home, it's
watching on TV.
There he goes.
There he goes. Jarka going to third, fires high in the left field. Let's see if Jarka gets hit. He's going to get up and he's going to make it home. So Jarka winds up scoring.
Oh, that's tough.
So a run without the aid of a hit here so far. So that's going to bump the lead up to 2-0. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Moss. Ground ball to shortstop. That's Bellinger again. Guns it over. It's going to be close.
Safe.
He made it safe. Nice. The wheels by Moss. Got him over there.
Bellinger, Christensen stayed back at short. He didn't charge it real hard, and like I said, this infield's playing really, really slow, and Moss beat it out.
2-0. Montague on top, still alive here, and this is Kay Johnson. He had a RBI his first time up in the RBI single. Drove in Gow. No, he didn't drive in Gow because Gow was already gone. It must have been Bellinger. And now Moss is on first base.
No run knocked in this first at bat. 1-1. Montague's.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
You're confused with me.
You're right.
There goes.
Up high.
Geez.
Ball, and let's see if he gets it. He does.
Big jump again.
Stolen base for Moss. Yeah.
Great jump.
So we are tied at 1.
So tough as a catcher. Like you don't want anybody stealing on you, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do. They get a big jump or off-speed pitch.
Ooh, off the mask of Howe. Foul tip. That's going to. Yeah.
Oh, I felt that.
Yeah.
Too many of those.
Yeah. That'll make you,
Yeah.
that'll make you take inventory of the teeth there. The ringing in your head. So now the count is even, 1-1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Johnson singled his first time up, but you're right. They were not able to score on that one. We're all even at 1 so far.
Howe seems to recover from the foul tip.
Yeah. Ooh, got the outside corner. That's going to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
That's a really good pitch.
Mm-hmm. Stratton. Stretches and pitches. Swing and a miss. Got him.
Curveball.
So we are tied at 1 as we go. We play 2.5 going to the bottom of the third now. See what Whitehall Vikings can do here. Yeah, when they made the changes to to baseball, they're having the pitch clock and then the hitter has to be in the box and all that type of stuff. I thought, I don't know if you're gonna. I was all, like I said, I was more of a traditionalist and like to just thought it was kind of neat to not have a game that was timed by anything. But as I watch it now, it's like you say, I think it's probably 2 different experiences. If you're watching it from home, it's a good thing. If you spent that time to go down there and.
I read an article talking about that and feedback from some of the players, and some of the players say that these rule changes are a big disadvantage to the non-English speaking players, which there's lots of, right? So these guys that they've played with no such pitch clock for so long, and then now they're getting in the batter's box and that pitch clock is going, and the umpires and people are talking in English, and they don't understand English, and some of them I read in this article are struggling a little bit with it, with that adjustment, which I can't even imagine as a player, like some of the guys who will out of the batter's box and redo the gloves and back in and the hats and the helmets, and they have those habits. I mean, they're creatures of habit, and
to change that in all 1 year.
Now all of a sudden, I've been playing the major leagues 14 years and I can't do this anymore.
Right.
And
I remember back in the day when I was dating myself here, but there was a guy named Mike Hargrove. He played for Cleveland. They called him the human rain delay. First baseman. I mean, he had a whole routine where he'd step out, undo both of his batting gloves, his hat, check his belt buckle, and he'd get back in. It was unreal.
Yeah. And then even the other side of the game it brings, the pitchers, like working against that pitch clock or knowing that, the guy in first can't do anything, so. Sure.
Swing, and this is Stratton up the middle, base hit for Kyle. And he leads off.
Nice line drive there.
1-1. We're in the bottom of the third. Coming up to bat now is Isaac Van Amberg. Fielder's choice. Grounded to third base. Got fielder's choice on that one. High pitch. Ball one. No strikes. Is Kyle Stratton on first. 2 for 2 for Stratton. Has a stolen base, and he scored the run. That's where my run came from last time. I got confused on my teams there.
I'd keep a very close eye on him, too.
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
Good cut.
1 ball, 1 strike.
At least my Diet Mountain Dew's staying cold.
Yeah.
Frozen by the 5th inning.
I was going to say, you probably have some ice in there. While you're over to first, getting back is Stratton. Johnson delivers inside.
Is that where that was?
I guess so. Inside low.
I don't think it was low, so we'll go with the inside.
2 balls and 1 strike.
It's so easy to be an umpire from back here.
Right. There's going to be a foul. I'm trusting it's going back there, right? Nothing's coming down on our head yet.
No.
We got a little bit of protection with our canopy here, CatchMark canopy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stratton, there he goes. Ground ball to
good
second.
play.
Oh, that was
Nice.
great because it got the second baseman
Yep.
to have to go over, and that left a hole, and that's going to send Stratton all the way to third. Yeah, the second baseman there for Montague.
Francis broke to second
yeah.
to take the bag, and Van Amberg hit it right in the gap where he was.
So runners on first and third. Got a threat going here for the Whitehall Vikings. Ryan Christensen is up. He went down swinging his first time up. Showing bunts at foul.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, if Stratton doesn't go and Francis not covering the base there, that's a pretty easy ground ball to second base.
Yeah.
Throw back. And getting back is Van Amberg.
Yeah, good call by Coach Zweigel there. Lips are so cold I can barely talk.
There's another foul. So 2 bunt attempts.
Right.
Yeah, at least when we had the wind over in Urbana, it was a much warmer day. It was a warm wind.
Yeah,
Take this over the diamond dust.
Yeah, the diamond dust was, you're right. That was not fun. And swing and a miss. So for the second time, Christensen goes down swinging to Johnson. That is the third strikeout for Johnson. Keeps him in on first and third, and that's going to bring up Landon Howe. He reached down an error his first time up.
I think our next 10's going to need sides.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Sides, a little space heater.
Maybe like an ice shanty or something.
Yes,
Ice fishing
yeah.
shanty. I was thinking that. Swing and a miss. Yeah.
Good pitch.
Mm-hmm.
High off-speed pitch.
Johnson, up the middle, comes to Bellinger. Bellinger is going to throw it over to first. It gets a man at first, but it gets gets Stratton home. Stratton winds up scoring, so fielder's choice for Howe knocks in a run. So bring 2 outs, and that's going to move Van Amberg to second.
Another ground ball to just slowed down by the infield. No chance at a double play there.
Jaden Brinkert up to the plate. He struck out first time up. Ball up high. 2-1 now. Whitehall retakes the lead.
That dog didn't agree with that call.
Johnson kicks it.
Second base
in the air.
out to the
Out to right field. That's going to be Jarka. He's battling the wind and
Oh.
the sun.
Oh.
And yeah, it's down for Bass. Him. 1 run scores. That is going to be. That's going to knock in Van Amberg. So
battling that sun
Yeah,
and
that
the
was-
wind. Jarka just couldn't get himself in a spot.
So yeah, that was a rough. Don't wish that on anybody. The sun's bad enough that you got to battle, but then when you have the wind, that's pretty unpredictable.
Yeah, when he first hit it, I thought it was just
Right.
pop up to second with that wind and everything else.
I know. 3-1 now, and up to the plate is Noah Minor at the DH. He got on base on an error last time. Well, I'll tell you, Johnson has been pitching into some rough luck. I think there's been 3 errors maybe behind him, 2 or 3. And there's a drive, and that's going to be a gapper. No, it's a, oh man!
Oh, wow!
I thought sure that was going to get up there, but that was a great catch there by the
Gowell.
Gowell, yeah, Gowell chased it down. Wow, I really thought that was. It shows you what I get for thinking. 3-1.
That wind blowing in.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any way he was going to get over there. So credit Chase on getting over there for that one. So gets Johnson out of the inning, but not before a couple of runs were scored. So that bumps the lead up now 3-1 to the Whitehall Vikings.
Yeah, I've got Montague with 3 errors and Whitehall with 2. So both pitchers doing their best, and
it's not been a stellar day that way. But like I said, not to make excuses, but I guess we are, because it is an excuse. Is less than ideal situations with the wind out there, but
yeah,
I guess a couple of them weren't necessarily wind affected, but
no, but again, it's the same for both teams, right? I mean,
exactly.
As bad as you want to say the elements are today, they're both playing the same situation, and you just got to be able to adjust. I promise you, this isn't the first cold, windy game that any of these guys have played in.
No. Sometimes you're playing where there's a little bit of snow coming down. That's happened before.
I can remember so I coached my daughter all through youth softball, and then her very first high school game, she played for Grand Haven. We were at Mona Shores. First game where I wasn't inside the fence, and I brought a chair with me. I never sat down, but I do have a picture of it full of snow. And it was so cold that day.
Oh, man. Moore will be leading off for the Montague Wildcats here. 3-1. Whitehall on top. Montague now has got their work cut out for them. Grand Haven's had their share of ball outside. Their share of female athletes that have, I know Coach Kowalczyk, I believe, had 2 or 3 years where they had runs at state championships, the girls over there.
Yeah, they did.
Down the middle, 1 ball, 1 strike. Man. Yeah, and that one's going to be up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Blue sky. And that's going to be outside, so that's going to make the count now 3-1. Plate moving around a little bit on Stratton. Moore was grounded out to third base his first time up.
Look for a good one here.
Outside, he walks him. Second walk given up by Stratton. He walked the leadoff man. Puts Moore on first, and this is going to bring Peterson up. So Eli Peterson, followed by Isaac Jarka on deck. Peterson struck out his first time up. Stratton, 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. Right down the middle.
Pitch.
Stratton stretches, fires to first, and getting back, close one there. Getting back is more.
That's when you know you got a good lead.
Yeah.
1, they throw over, and 2,
Right.
you just get back.
Right. Swing and a miss. Howell thought about firing it down to first. No balls, 2 strikes, so Stratton ahead of Peterson.
I struggled with that one too, John. Guys that get a big lead on first,
Yeah,
I'd throw it down there to try and pick them off, the ball going to right field.
right.
Not how I ever planned it.
There's the ground ball, third base. Goes second for 1, and cannot turn a double play, but nice move there. Ground ball over to third, and fielding it over there was Brinkert. Brinkert took it over to Van Amberg at second. So that'll be a out for him, fielder's choice. That's going to put Peterson at first, and it'll bring up Isaac Jarka, the designated hitter. He grounded out to second base his first time up. Grounded out to Van Amberg. Showing bunt.
Oh.
Strike 1 on Jarka.
I've seen so many of those failed bunts at the high pitches.
Man, I wonder if that dog's like one of those St. Bernards. Could use the jug of whatever it is they have. Down the middle for a strike, and a stolen base for
Peterson
for
didn't even
Peterson.
draw a throw.
Yeah, no. All right, 2 strikes, no balls on Jarka. Stratton is ahead in the count. And ahead in the scoreboard, Whitehall is, but Montague trying to do something about that here with a man on second in scoring position. 2 strikes on Jarka. Fouls that one away.
Way to battle there. Curveball, he kept his head in there and fouled it off, gets another pitch. Got to protect that plate with 2 strikes.
Are you 2-gloving it now, Jeff? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
It's outside. Glove coming off between every pitch, but that's okay.
All right. Foul again. Staying alive is Jarka.
Had to stand up and stretch my back a little bit and
Yeah.
move my legs, make sure they're not completely frozen. Getting soft in my old age here.
I was going to wear my snorkel jacket. I thought, that looks kind of goofy, but I'll tell you what, I should have done that. Dating myself, snorkel jacket, ball outside. I have the last one, I think. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that one up.
That's probably before your time, isn't
Yeah.
it? You zip that hood up, and you look like an anteater.
Oh yeah, I know what.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would come in handy today for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, that was quite the rage when I was a kid back in the 1800s. Down the middle for a strike. And
Great
Jarka.
pitch by Stratton. Oh,
So that's going to be the 3rd strikeout for Stratton. And still at second is Peterson. It's going to bring up Owen Peterson now, lefty.
what a pitch!
Oh, man,
Curveball
just frozen.
started. Yeah,
Which is easy to do today.
exactly. Started inside and broke over the plate, and Jarka couldn't do anything by the time he saw it.
Bounced it up there. Nice stop by
good stop.
Landon Howe. Peterson grounded out the second baseman his first time up. Stratton fires, could be up high, and flagging it down is Howe. Howe's done a good job back there tonight, this afternoon. Had that 1 drop pop up, but
Yeah, other than that, he's done real good.
yeah.
Keeping the ball in front of him, which is very important as a catcher.
And then he threw out the guy that he had the error on, so all was good.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Good
gets a
hit.
hold of that one, And that should be, yes, that's all the way back to the
That'll get a
Peterson
run
digging
in.
for second. And he's going to show up at second, and that is going to score his brother. So Peterson knocks in Peterson there, double for him. And that will drive in Eli Peterson.
Nice hit
You
out to
bet.
the right center gap.
So now it's a 3-2 game. I was starting to doubt myself. I said, I do know that
Right.
there's 2 runs out there. Stratton fires inside. Up to the plate now is River Jarka. He got on base out of error and wound up coming around and scoring. Stole third, and then they threw the ball into the outfield. A little league rally there, that was.
Yeah.
Ball outside, so River has a hitter's count here. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs. Man on second is Peterson. Doubled in his brother. Oh, outside.
Stratton taking a little extra time this time.
Yeah.
Getting an extra breath, calming down, recompose himself.
Oh, and Peterson getting a bit of a lead. Shortstop yo-yoing him back a little bit. Right down the middle, taken all the way.
Yep.
So 3 balls and 1 strike. Does he take another one, or does he rip it?
I think you have a very small strike zone here. Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
outside.
You look for an absolute perfect pitch, and if
Yep.
it's not right where you want it, you won't.
So that's going to put men at first and second. And it's going to bring up the top of the order and Chase Gowell. Gowell has walked today, flew out to center field. Started the game with a walk, then he was gunned down by Landon Howe. Owen Peterson at second base. First is River Jarka. On the middle, first strike. Boy, Stratton's thrown a lot of pitches. I don't have a pitch count on, but he's not had too many first pitch outs.
No. I've got him at 74 pitches.
Wow.
The unofficial count over here.
Good job. Yeah.
It's probably close. I may have
Yeah.
missed a couple while I was putting my gloves on or taking them off, but
Yeah, it's 74. That's huge in that.
that first inning was
Yeah.
that was a lot. That first inning.
Ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right?
Yep. Gal being still looking for that perfect pitch right here. You got a strike
Right.
to give away. Hit one in the gap, you get a run in, maybe 2.
Down the middle. So there's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gowell.
Now you can't be quite as selective.
Right.
Protect the plate.
Owen Peterson at second. River Jarka at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gowell.
Oh,
They got him picked
got him in a
off
pickle.
and thrown to third.
Picked
He's
him
out.
off. Good play by the Vikings.
So Peterson picked off second. And they will get a run now, so that has cut the lead now to 3-2 here as we go into the 4th inning. Give us a chance to do a little bit of paying a bill here. Let's see, we got Big Stone Therapies, dedicated to providing excellence in rehabilitation services by optimizing health and function for families and businesses within their communities through Caring Hands-On Healing. They're located at 9219 Water Street in Montague. My wife keeps saying that she wants to go and check that out and see what that sounds like, something that she'd be interested in too. Big stone therapies. Tell you what, I'd be interested in some heated stone therapy right now.
All right.
Oops. Heading into the bottom of the fourth here. Whitehall on top, 3-2. Scored 1 run in the first. They've scored 2 in the third. Montague has come back with a run in the third and a run in the fourth. And Johnson still out there in the mound. Got him for 3 strikeouts. Ball down low. Stepping in here is number 10. That's Morningstar. Brock Morningstar, the first baseman. Grounded out fielder's choices, first time up. Ball called a little bit low.
I've got Johnson with 50 pitches, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, no walks and 3 strikeouts.
Yeah. It's a handy-dandy thing to have there.
Yeah, using game changer.
Ground ball up the middle,
Oh.
Base hit. And that is going to put Morningstar on first.
Great attempt by Ballinger. I mean, he gave it everything, dove for it, just got out of his reach.
So Morningstar on first base, going to bring up Ryan Goodrich. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time out, Bellinger. Bottom of the fourth, 3-2. Whitehall, there's a bunt. It's going to be foul. Yep.
Oh. I thought Eli was going to get there
Yeah,
for that
he
one.
was hustling on it,
He
wasn't he?
He got a good jump, and there was a split second where he was ready to lay out, but just out of his reach.
So 1 strike. 3-2. Whitehall with the lead. Trying to add more. Coach Zweigel going to have a word with his batter. Getting his lead off first is Morningstar. Not much of a lead, really. Bunt. And Johnson fields it, goes to first, and has him over there. That's going to move Morningstar to second. So 1-3 fielder's choice, or sacrifice bunt, I should say. And that's going to bring up Jack McDowell. McDowell will pop to second baseman Francis, who stuck with the battle through the wind and stayed with it. Solid smash right to second baseman. Again, that's Francis right to him and lines out. Stayed home. And now you got 2 outs, and it's going to bring up Kyle Stratton, top of the order. Boy, hit that right on the nose.
Yeah, and Francis took about a step, maybe 2, and
down the middle for a strike. Pitcher on pitcher here. Getting his lead off second is Morningstar. Ground ball foul. So ahead, Johnson ahead of Stratton in the count. Johnson looks back at Morningstar. Now he's going to step off. Morningstar was getting too big of a lead.
he's got a really nice lead.
Yeah. This time he goes. Well, that's going to be a foul out in front. Jumping on it was Nick Moss. He's definitely not warming up.
No, it's not.
Don't mean to whine about the cold, but it seems like it just keeps getting colder. Maybe I'm just getting older.
Oh.
Oh, did he? Okay. Yep. Picked it over to second. Stepped off. All right, we got no balls, 2 strikes. Up high on Stratton. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I haven't seen Scott DeCamp in a while. I'm hoping that he went to Wesco to grab some coffees. Or he's hiding in the dugout where it's a lot less windy.
Right.
There's a softball game going on too.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah, he's double duty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because that guy doesn't let anything get by him.
No.
So.
Two games for the price of
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
1 ball, 2 strike. John Russell along with Jeff Burrell. Bill Mann here. Ground ball comes right back to Johnson. Johnson fields it, runs it to first, and gets in. So, ooh, that was a little wipeout there, Stratton. I took my eye off that. Would he just he stumble over the base, did he? Or
yeah, he was definitely going all out to first and just kind of stumbled over. It looks like he's all right, but kind of scary.
So we're going to go to the top of the 5th with the Whitehall Vikings still on top, 3-2.
Good job by Johnson there to get out of that. Leadoff guy got on and then ends up shutting him down. 12 pitches in the inning, and see what the Cats can do on offense.
Coming up on inning number 5 here. It's going to be, let's see here, we're going to have Gowell, Gowell will lead it off, followed by Bellinger and Moss. Yeah. Stratton's thrown over 70 pitches here, so he's really getting his work out. Really struggled, like I said, through a lot of pitches in that very first inning. Was able to get out of it without giving up any runs, however.
Oh, there's Scott.
Yeah.
I guess I was wrong.
Here's trouble, right?
Yeah.
This is Stratton. Wines delivers. Going to be inside on Chase Gowell. Gowell has a walk, and he flew out to center field. Ooh, inside. Little chin music there.
softball game.
He was?
Whitehall's up 6-4.
All right, Whitehall up 6-4 in the softball. See, we can keep you updated on what's going around here.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a horseshoe tournament going on someplace that he can cover in between. 3 balls and no strikes on Gowell.
So into the game here, I didn't even think to turn around, but we can see the scoreboard from where we're sitting. So
Oh, yeah.
it's right there. So yeah. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah.
That one's looks like they're in the top of 6 over there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do. No, there's going to be a. See, it's going to get over
there.
to left field, and got all the way over there, and then could not put it in. So going to second will be Gowell. That was again battling the wind over there.
Goodrich.
He
He did good to get over there. He's playing a little towards the gap.
Right.
Just hit down more to the line, but
Yeah, he had a long way to go. So Gowell, man on second. So Montague making a bid here to at least tie this. Bellinger will be back up to the plate. Singled his first time up, flew to center second time. Gowell getting his lead. Gowell's got some speed. Down the middle for a strike. Great to have you along here in CatchMark SportsNet. Scott will have the recap of this game and softball game tomorrow morning. Ball inside. Just a bit inside.
Tried the corner and missed.
One ball, one strike.
It has taken more than everything I have to not put in about 20 major league references.
Yeah, no, right. Inside.
I was actually texting with Noah Meinert's dad the other day.
Uh-huh.
And I said, looks like the line's at about 9.5 references from Major League. He told me he's taking the over.
There's a ground
Good
ball
hit.
through the gap there. Base hit. That,
Oh, Coach Moss holding him up.
Yep, holding up Kyle there. So a base hit for Bellinger. Guess that goes to the subscribes to don't make the first out at home plate, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Got to be hard to do if you're Coach Moss holding him at third, but no outs. You're in the heart of your lineup.
Getting back to the Major League, got an opportunity one time to interview Bob Euchre back in the day and had the sports show, and he was saying that obviously there was a script there, but a lot of what he called there was like the in-between stuff that was just stuff that they said, hey, just go with it, free flow.
Oh, jeez.
Talented guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fly ball, and the wind's got a hold of it and staying with it. My goodness, was a shortstop. He catches it out here to throw the plate, and he's going to be late. Score. Great play there by Ryan. Is it Ryan Christensen at short?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, he stayed with that, and getting home was Gall, so it'll be turned into a sacrifice fly by Bellinger. Or by Moss, rather, I'm sorry. So that ties the game at 3, and now this is going to bring up Kate Johnson. He's 1 for 2, single and a strikeout.
Good base running there.
By Bellinger, yeah. Get to second. Took the extra base on the throw in.
Yep.
Boy, what a play, though, by...
Yeah, you'd think just watching that, it's just a little fly ball, but
Right.
that wind.
It's a foul ball. Yeah, that wind makes everything kind of an adventure, that's for sure.
Yeah.
One out, 3-3. Score is tied. 1-1 on the hitter Johnson.
Well, it looks like we got 13 people watching right now, so
All right.
I think we scared everybody else away with all the wind blowing into the mics.
2 balls and 1 strike. Yes, a gentle breeze. Oh.
I wish it was a gentle breeze.
Right. There's another ground ball. This one's going to go to shortstop. Fielded nicely there. Throw over to first, and they got him. So it goes from Christensen to first base, so 6-3. That's going to move Bellinger to third. So now you got 2 outs, and up to the plate is Mike Moore. Moore's grounded out and walked. Outside, nice stop by Howe. Go ahead run on third base for the Wildcats. Stratton has put in his time today, that's for sure. Ground ball comes right back to Stratton. Stratton fields it, fires it over to Morningstar, and that's the end of the inning, but not until a run is scored. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and we are all even at 3 runs apiece.
Good game.
Yeah, it really is. Give me a chance to Salute another sponsor here. Got Scheid Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We don't need so much cooling today, Jeff, I don't think. Maybe the heating. I wonder if Scheid would come out and make a house call. What do you think?
Right.
Put in a big heater here. With over 35 years experience, our technicians provide honest personal service for you and your family, business or home. They're located at 990 Industrial Park Drive in Whitehall. Scheid Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. I see their vehicles around a lot in Muskegon.
Yeah, they
So
are all
they
over
get
the
around.
place. Dan does fishing charters too.
Does
I'll
he?
give him a little plug there.
All
We
right.
went with him a couple years ago.
Did you catch anything?
Oh yeah,
All
we had
right.
an absolute blast out on the lake.
Yeah.
I'm not much into fishing, but that was the first time I'd done something like that, and I couldn't believe the size of those fish. And
Wow.
I think we had a group of 6 or 7 of us that day, and we all reeled in 3, maybe 4 each.
All right.
I mean, we found a good spot. So
And I've never done any big lake fishing. Foul ball. Up to the plate now is.
Van Amberg.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's track where I was here. It's hard to shiver and write at the same time. It's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike.
Even harder to read what you wrote.
Yeah, that's even under the best
Yeah.
of circumstances. I write like a doctor, but I sure am not smart like one. There's a ground ball over to first. That's going to get through. Base hit there for Van Amberg. Van Amberg, his second hit of the afternoon. 2 for 4.
Sure looks like spring sports, but there's no feeling.
No, it doesn't. Going to bring up Ryan Christensen. Christensen has taken the collar twice, 2 strikeouts here. So Johnson has his number, or has it. So Ryan's figuring that he's due, right?
Yep.
Showing bunt.
Oof.
Doesn't pull the bat back in time. It's going to be a called strike. Throw down to first, and he gets
Good
back.
catch by Owen. Kind of caught it falling down and
Right.
saved that from going into right field.
Boy, instead of a pop, you should have brought a hot chocolate today.
I know it.
Little ground ball over to
Oh.
Peterson. Has it, fires over to his brother, and guns him down.
Eli thought about going to second there.
He did. So that's going to move Van Amberg to second base. And that's going to bring up Landon Howe. Howe got on his first time up with an error, and then the fielder's choice his second time up. 3-3, we're tied. Whitehall looking to put themselves back into the lead. They've actually led most of this this game. 1 run in the first, 2 in the third. But Montague has come back with singletons in the third, fourth, and fifth. 1 ball and no strikes. Up high. 2-0.
I'd like to thank Billy for bringing all this equipment that has
Yeah.
carrying cases that we can use to hold all our papers down
I
today.
know, yeah. Kind of. Brent's going to say, man, those are kind of some high-priced paperweights, guys. Swing and a miss there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Johnson fires
Oh,
up the middle, base hit. Let's see if that's going to score.
they're going to send him.
He's coming home, and he is going to get down. Throw on the plate. He's got to be.
They got him.
They got him at plate. Throw on to second, and it's. Oh, is he safe at second? Yeah, he's safe at second. Wow.
Wow. What a throw from Gowell.
Yeah.
And then Moss off the hop to grab it and put the tag on.
Van Amberg, right?
Yeah, and he tried to jump around it, but great play.
Yeah, gets to second.
Nice
on the
camera
throw.
work by Billy Mann, too. He got it switched over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Doggone umpire.
right.
2 outs. We got to talk. We got to have a pre-production meeting with the umpires, right? This is where you stand. If you miss a call, that's all right. It's all about the shot. 2 outs. Jaden Brinkert. Up now, swing and a miss. Wow, that is possibly a game changer there, huh?
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're looking at going down a run. Some heads up play. Swing and a miss, a high one.
Yep.
It's a Jeff Burrell special, we'll call
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Throw it right there again if I'm Johnson.
Right
and he
down the
got it.
middle.
Froze him with the curveball to end the inning.
But I'll tell you what, they dodged a bullet there. No runs somehow.
Wow.
We are tied at 3 as we head into the visitors' half here. 6th inning, top of the 6th.
Well, there's that defense that we had mentioned earlier. We hadn't seen anything great out of right there. That could be the play of the game there.
Definitely, especially get to the short innings here.
Yeah.
Boy, Stratton, it's not been pretty at times, but he has worked his way through this one.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what I got here.
Here for a pitch count.
So
He had 74 a while ago. I'm thinking
Yeah. I got him at 91, 41 strikes, or excuse me, 41 balls, 50 strikes, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. Walk 3, strikeout 3.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You're going to spoil me. I'm going to say, hey, Cal, can you get one of those Hootin' Gidgets at Johnson?
Right. Yeah.
That's the official name of it.
The
It's
Hootin'
Hootin'
Gidget,
Gidget,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Billy might need to add a
Hootin'
Gidget to the checklist for
right.
baseball games.
Yeah, I could just see Brent say,
You can-
what is a Hootin' Gidget?
You can abbreviate it as an iPad. They,
Yeah, that's right.
if you call it a hooch and get probably better odds that Brent will go for it.
Yeah,
He
it sounds
sees-
more technical, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, and I mean, you see any Apple products, you're going to get pushback from Brent. So
The whatchamacallit, yeah.
yeah.
Peterson
right.
leading the inning off here. Peterson got on in fielder's choice. Struck out once. Stole the base. A lot happening. This is Eli Peterson. 3-3. Top of the 6th. Swing. Oh, didn't mean to swing at that, I don't think.
No.
Outside. Swing and a miss there, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You can hear his teammates yelling to him to move up in the box. Sometimes if you get up in the front of that box, you can get that curveball before it breaks.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Stratton. Actually, the 2nd time he's got Peterson on strikeout. This is going to bring up Jarka. Isaac Jarka up. He's struck out. Grounded out to 2nd. Stratton kicks, delivers, showing bunt. It's going to be a strike call. There's no warmth with the sun, though, for some reason. Ball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Where's global warming when you need it? Oh. Up high, 2 balls and a strike.
John, you mentioned it earlier, but there will be a good write-up probably before we're all up tomorrow morning on the CatchMark SportsNet website from Scott, along with some good pictures.
Interviews.
Yep.
Your one stop for the West Michigan Conference, CatchMark SportsNet. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Got the area or the conference leaders up there.
Leaderboards for softball and baseball. By the way, put in a plug. You coaches out there, a few of you a little bit slow on the stats. Understand you're busy, but if you get those to us, then we don't have to make them up.
Right. Yeah, and for the readers and listeners as well, like
Right.
we work with what we got.
Right. Swing and a miss. Yeah, if you don't see something, it's not because we're not trying, that's for sure.
Yep.
And now we're going to have the other half of the Peterson combo here. This will be Owen Peterson. Had a double. Knocked in his brother, I believe, right? I think so. Yeah. I can't even read my hieroglyphics anymore here. Going to be 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. I don't want to jinx Stratton, but he is cruising through his best inning so far. There's a strike outside. He has had to work like you said, through 91 pitches going into this inning.
Yeah.
If he was in the pros, there'd be people going nuts about 91 pitches.
Yep.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, that was unofficially pitch 103.
Man. .103 in what, less than 6 innings?
Yeah, 5 2/3.
There's a foul. One ball, 2 strikes on Owen Peterson. 2 outs. Stratton going for a 1-2-3 inning. That has not happened very often. And he does it this time. Struck out the side. Is it possible he's getting stronger as the game goes on? Throwing all those pitches. We are tied at 3 as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning here. John Russell, Jeff Burrell, Bill Mann staring at his screen. Can you see anything, Billy?
I see you guys now.
Do you? Hey.
Hey.
Heavy on Jeff there. He's the
You-
he's the stunt. They need a stunt man for me. They need to
What
go
do
like
you-
a Brad Pitt stand-in for me or something.
You calling me heavy, John?
No, that's me.
Yes.
I meant to say that better than it was. I meant to say the camera should be heavy on Jeff, but when it's cold, the words just don't form right. Well, Johnson's out there. Tied at 3.
Still throwing hard.
Yes, he is. Hear the old mitt pop, Nick Moss. Boy, go back to that last inning, that play at the plate, how big that is, huh? Man.
Yeah. That's keeping it tied.
Yeah. Now,
Noah Minor.
Noah Minor, DH. He's been on an error, and he flew out to center. Oh,
And that fly out to center was a hard hit
yes, it
ball,
was.
too.
Ball 1. Boy, Johnson rearing back and throwing now. There's another one in the air. Let's see if this is an adventure.
I don't think
Chase-
that one's got the distance.
Chase Gowell coming all the
Good
way in, and
play.
he has it. Fantastic play. That's the second time he's flown to Chase.
Noah's making good contact with the ball, just hitting it at people. And
Right. That's frustrating.
Yep. His time will come, though. Like
Yep.
you, eventually those will get where people aren't.
Oops. Called originally a ball low, and I believe the first base umpire concurred on that. As we got Brock Morningstar. Base hit his last time out. And now drives another one. Gowell gives chase, and he flags that one down. Man, Chase has got it going out there.
Well played. Excuse me. Well played there.
Yeah.
Hit on a line and right to his right.
And now Ryan Goodrich comes up. He's looking for his first hit. Sacrificed last time up. A little bunt back to the catcher. Catcher with first base moved the, at that time it's Morningstar to second base. There's a strike. 2 strikes, so, man, Johnson ahead in the count here.
Yeah, he's...
Boy, both of these pitchers looking tough as the game goes on. Ooh, he tried to check it. Couldn't do it.
Good inning from Johnson. And
yeah.
yeah.
Go to inning number 7. Tied at 3 here.
Yeah, Johnson, I got him at 78 pitches. 19 balls and 59 strikes.
Wow.
Let's see.
Gonna give a. One.
We got
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that myself.
new pitcher here for the Vikings. Looks like Taryn Hardy coming in.
Okay. So he's going to give Stratton some relief. I wonder if they switched Stratton to another position or if he just came out. Oh, he might be over at short. It looks like that's him at short, right?
I do believe so, yep. So
Stratton moves to short. Taryn Hardy comes into pitch.
Looks like center field is McDowell now.
Okay.
Is he in center now? That means somebody else is over in right field.
Yeah, I can't quite see a number on him.
That's a single digit, but that only limits it down to 3/4 of the team.
Right.
I
I thought it looked like 5, but it can't. Oh,
no, 5. That's
5 is
Hardy's
pitching, yeah. All right. Yeah, you wouldn't have 2 5s on the team, would you? Not legally, anyhow.
I don't know if it's maybe. Is it Christensen? Could be a 9. I think it is. I think it's Christensen out there now.
Okay, move Christensen out to right field. McDowell to center.
Yep.
Hardy pitching, and Stratton's at shortstop. And batting for Montague is River Jarka. Strike right down the middle. Tarwin does what you want him to do. Come in and throw strikes.
Yep.
Wow, I guess so. Another one.
Yeah.
No balls and 2 strikes. So all of a sudden, Jarka in the hole. Top of the order coming up. Swing stays alive. Fouls the bat. Chase Gowell. Jarka has been on base twice, once through an error and once through a walk. It's going to be a ball.
Ooh. You can't.
What's?
Oh, I'll say they're good. Interesting. So you're asking the first base umpire if the left-handed pitcher,
right.
excuse me, left-handed batter went.
Ground ball up the middle. It was actually Hardy got his hand on it, slowed it down, and they still met the play. Nice. Nice throw over there by number 12, Van Amberg. Yeah, Hardy got his hand on it, or glove on it, I should say. Slowed it down, and I thought that was going to be detrimental, but Van Amberg able to fire it over there for the out. So now Chase Gowell comes up. He's walked, had his double, scored a run, flew out to center. Ball outside. All tied at 3.
So because of the slight delay in the broadcast, I'm able to see that play on the video feed, and it did look like they got him. So good call by the umpires.
Fly ball to center field, and it is flagged down. Nice work out there.
McDowell
on the catch. So fly to 8. Yeah, you don't take anything for granted. I'll tell you what, though, these guys are playing it really well. I mean, all things considered, we've had a few errors, but man, oh man, we we also had some fantastic plays dealing with the wind.
Yes.
And now we have Bellinger in. Bellinger has been on base a couple of times, a single and a double, and a fly out. Straight call there.
Nice spot.
I'm going to ask you something that you probably don't know, but I'll ask it anyhow. There's a baseball coach at Holton that's Bellinger. Is that related to him? Do you know?
I do not know.
Laketon Bellinger. Not necessarily a common name, so you think
You have to
there'd be
hurry to
something.
get him.
Yep, shot to shortstop, over to first, and that the first baseman Morningstar saying he got a tag on him, but the official not saying. Now they want the appeal back to the home plate umpire, but I don't think they're going to get it.
I'm going to watch the replay here real quick on the.
That was a
live
bang
feed.
play.
Oh, I can't tell. Again, props to Billy for getting those cameras switched over in time, but he swung his glove through. Just couldn't tell if he did get him on the way by or not, but the
Nice.
umpire called him safe, so we'll go with that.
Nice attempt there by Stratton. So that's the third time that he's been on base. There's one in the air. And this is going to be Morningstar chasing, and it's going to be foul.
Yeah, bang play there.
Yeah, Morningstar trying to plead the case that he put the tag on him, which he did, but the question is, wasn't it time? And the official said, no, it wasn't. So I guess they have the final call, right?
Yeah.
No balls, one strike. Strike two on Moss. Moss is flown out, got a single and a sacrifice. Stole a base. Bounces one up there. Landon Howell going to second, and plenty of time. Man, oh man, guns out. Bellinger, and Landon Howell has thrown out his second base runner of the day.
That came in, bounced into his glove. He popped up and just threw a frozen rope. Great throw.
So apparently, yeah. I'll tell you what, any old run here for Whitehall would win this one.
What did they?
Yeah, 7 innings.
McDowell leading it off and then to the top of the lineup.
Or we may have extras.
Johnson back
Johnson
out there?
still out there, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably when you said that Stratton had 100 pitches there, Coach Weigel woke up and said, whoa, wait a minute here.
Yeah. Zach's probably over there in the dugout watching the live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, hey, Dad. You know he's got 100 pitches, right? We are tied at 3. It's been a good game. Having to play through some elements here. Almost a good enough game to make me want to stick around and do the second game.
Yeah. I think we would. Yeah. I think your pop definitely would be frozen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Scott sticks around. He'll get coverage of the second game, some videos.
Yep.
There'll be highlights of it.
Yep. You will get all of that on CatchMark in the morning, both games. As far as that goes, as far as the highlights. Leading off here is, where am I at here? Losing my...
McDowell.
Thank you.
Yep.
Strike.
Nice.
2 strikes. So Johnson in front of him. And the old run here wins it for Whitehall. But boy, Johnson is really zeroed in here. And another strike. And he strikes him out. So 2 of the last 3 batters have struck out. And now it's going to bring up Kyle Stratton. Stratton, 2 singles, 2 for 3. Scored a couple of runs, stole a base. Pitched a pretty good ball game. Ball outside. Kept his team in it. 1 ball, no strikes. On the junior sensation, up high. Laid off in that one.
Mentioned it earlier, but be sure and check out the CatchMark SportsNet website, Facebook, Twitter, throughout the whole season.
Foul back.
Updates on all the different sports for the West Michigan Conference teams. TikTok, Billy's favorite.
Yeah. Ball one. Liked his TikTok from the semifinals with Hart, where he got the basket there. That was pretty cool.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Doing some dancing, and next thing you know, he's got a basket. Hart could have used the offense that game. It was just, we didn't have a lot of offense that game.
Yep.
Walk by Stratton.
I think I even saw you in one of the TikToks.
Was I?
So at the state finals, was it the semifinals game?
Yeah, semifinals of Hart. Yeah.
I think you managed to get yourself in there.
Well, there wasn't no dancing involved, though, I don't think.
Not from you. No.
I heard about that. Yeah. He fed one of those softball players one of them, and I heard that. I heard she was a trooper, but it was touch and go there for a while. All right, got a man on. Boy, with Stratton on, you got to figure if he's going to get any opportunity, he's going to take off, wouldn't you?
Coach Moss talking to the infield, probably about exactly what you just said, keeping an eye on Stratton and calming Johnson down a little bit.
Van Amberg is up. He's coming off, he's 2 for 4. 2 singles the last couple of times up. Ball up high. Love to get Stratton in scoring position, Whitehall would. Especially with Van Amberg, who's pretty hot, and they're going to throw back to first. One ball, no strikes on Van Amberg. .417 hitter this year. Ball low.
Oh, good stop by Moss.
Yeah.
Almost got past him, and he managed to stop it with his glove. And
Stratton thinking, man, if I'd have known that was going to happen, I might have been able to take a chance on it.
Yep.
Ifs and buts. 2 balls, no strikes. Stratton, there he goes. Yeah, it's going to be a pop-up, and that's going to be Moss chasing it out of bounds. Boy, I'll tell you what, I think Stratton would have had the base stolen there.
Yeah, he had a great jump again.
So now Van Amberg has the count still in his favor, 2 balls, 1 strike. Winning run on first base, that's Stratton.
Maybe throw over there once, just to keep him honest. No.
There's a drive through for a base hit. That's going to Stratton's going to have to hold up at second. So a base hit, Van Amberg hits the last 3 times up for him. And now you're going to have Ryan Christensen struck out twice, and he grounded out to third.
Good job by Jarka getting that ball in quick. Holding Stratton at second.
So Ryan Christensen looking for his first hit. Bannon. Scoring position, first and second, 1 man out. Pitcher's best friend, double play, right? Up high. 1 ball and no strikes. And now Moss wants to go out and have a conference with Johnson.
Yeah, Wildcats would like a double play right here. Again, as slow as that infield's been playing today, it's going to have to be hit pretty hard right at somebody. Or if nothing else, try and get Stratton out at third.
Winning run is Stratton. He's at second base. Right down the middle.
Okay.
Count even at 1. Johnson looking at Stratton. Here goes Stratton to third. Swing and a miss. Throw down to third, and he is in there. Stolen base. Boy, I'll tell you what, little base running mistake there at first. Probably should have followed him down to second.
Yeah, Coach Weigel not happy over there that
No.
sign was missed. Stratton is fast. Like,
Yep.
I don't know what Moss could have done better there.
No.
I mean, he
Yep.
threw it hard on the spot and just.
So now the winning run just 90 feet away in Stratton. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Boy, you talk about a time for a strikeout.
Yeah.
Getting down to second there is Van Amberg, yes. And now it's going to be a foul back. Still 2-2. Christensen staying alive here, battling. Trying to get something that's going to get Stratton home for the win.
Coach Moss pulled his infield in.
Yeah.
So infield in on the grass. You have to believe on anything on the ground that Stratton's going to come home with his speed and to win the game.
Foul
There it
ball to
is.
second. Coming home with it, and he's safe at home, and that's the winning run as Stratton slides in. And the Whitehall Vikings win game number 1 in a thriller here, 4-3. Bang, bang play. Boy, had a few of those this game, huh?
Yeah,
Man.
several of them.
So the final score, the Whitehall Vikings win the first one here by the score of 4-3. And they will improve their record to 7-3 overall, 1-1 in the conference. Montague is going to fall to 7-7, 3-2 in the conference. So Whitehall mission accomplished for the Whitehall Vikings here this afternoon.
Yeah, now they reset, do it again. New game.
And tell you what, we'll do one more group hug here with our sponsors. If I can turn the page, as Bob Seeger would say. Turn the page. All right, here we go. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors. Of course, North Grove Brewers, Van Dyke Mortgage, Foundation Systems of Michigan, Durga Insurance Group, Green Ridge Realty, Big Stone Therapies, Grieve Law, Scheid Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and Dave Dewsbury, Coldwell Banker. Man, sound a little bit like Johnny Cash. Or Mr. Ed, one of the two.
Right.
That's dating myself. Well, Jeff, I'll tell you what. It was fun having you on board here. You can bring your gadget along anytime here. And
Right.
Man, I love that. Got some final numbers for us, or am I
Yeah, 1 second here.
putting you on the spot here?
There, look at
Man,
that.
look at that.
Yeah, so 3 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for Montague, again unofficially here. 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for Whitehall. For the Wildcats, let's see here, Bellinger 3 for 4. And for the Vikings, 2 for 3 for Stratton, 3 for 4 for Van Amberg. On the pitching side, Stratton with 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Hardy comes in for the last inning, gave up just 1 hit. And on Montague's side, Johnson takes the loss, but overall, I'm through a really good game. 6 in a third, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, a walk, and struck out 6. So,
And the weather did play some factors in some games, but like you said, both teams had to play out there. And I'll tell you what, both of these teams really, I think, rose to the occasion. I mean, they made some some nice plays in some pretty tenuous situations. So all
Yeah,
things
for sure.
considered, and it's a 4-3 ball game. So Whitehall on top. Well, that is going to do it for us. Thanks again, Jeff. It was great working with you.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
I've had a blast. I'll have to ask if more help is needed from the SportsNet guys in the future,
Yeah.
and love to do it again.
Well, you got my vote anytime, if that means anything.
All right.
That could work
Appreciate it.
against you, though.
Well, that's true, yeah. At least as long as somebody's on my side.
We appreciate it, Jeff. I want to thank Billy Mann for working all the cameras here and keeping us on the air, and Scott DeCamp. Again, you'll be able to read and see about it tomorrow morning, along with the second game and the softball game thrown in as well. Final score for the final time: the Whitehall Vikings victorious tonight, 4-2, or for this afternoon, 4-3. As from our broadcast partner today, Jeff Burrell. Thanks for doing that, and appreciate it. And thank you, folks, for watching, and thank our sponsors for making it all possible. Have yourself a good day, good evening, and good night, everybody.